Everyone believes we live in a world where everything is linear and straightforward. We can stand up straight and fly rockets straight up into the sky. But the truth is, nothing is ever perfectly straight. Ever. And that is because of the fundamental theorem of calculus. First, a bit of history. Isaac Newton was well known for his work in the laws of motion and gravity. But then he realized that some irregular patterns aren't going to be easily calculated with algebra and geometry. In other words, he needed to find a new field of mathematics. Calculus was born. One of the most fundamental ideas about calculus is that you can find the slope of a curve by looking infinitely closer at a section of the curve. That means the curve becomes straighter and straighter. That also means the reverse is true. A straight line is, in fact, a special curve, in the same way a square is a special rectangle. But what does this mean in the real world? Well, let's look at a few examples. In order to build a skyscraper here on Earth to stand up, it needs to fight against gravity to not fall down. Also, it needs to resist a lot of tension, or otherwise it won't stay up. To counteract these type of forces, skyscrapers use straight beams on its frame to hold itself. But even if the beams are supporting every floor and ceiling, it is still bent to a small degree, an infinitesimally small degree. This also applies to many other things. Some waves have such a long wavelength that we consider them rays, like gamma rays. A beam of light is really a wave of photons. Even the fibers on paper is bent because the trees that once held these fibers had to fight against gravity, making these fibers irregular. Still,
Created using Powtoon.